Hi, my name is Karan and I am from Jim's Car Detailing, Auckland. And I've been doing this for about 3 months now. And it's been really fun so far, just because I just love cars, and it's been really exciting, and it's pretty challenging if you actually look at that point. I was actually working in Mitre 10 as a tradesman at the back, cutting the wood and everything. But I've been interested in doing the car detailing for a very long time, but this was the right time when I actually got a chance to actually step into it. And yeah, here I am. I was going online and I've been in contact with Ali and Nargul for about 2.5 years before I actually started. The only reason it took me so long was because I was on a work visa and I had some restrictions on applying the loan and stuff. So it took me a while to everything to process. And so I chose Jim's because I was looking because Jim's already has a big market like in New Zealand. And since Jim's is like so popular among the cleaning and mowing business throughout Auckland, so I was like, oh yeah, that's the right thing to do. There's only 2 of us car detailers in New Zealand. Yes, one is me, who's in Auckland, and the other one is in Taupo. And he's been here for quite a while actually, probably 4 or 5 years. But yeah, that actually gave me a good point, like good idea that Jim's is a good umbrella to actually step under, I guess. Training was interesting just because the business part of the training was actually I have already studied about, so it was more like a refresher. On the practical training, I actually already had the practical knowledge just because I was doing car detailing as a part-time enjoyment sort of thing before I stepped into it. That actually increased my interest into car detailing, and I was like, oh, I actually enjoy this thing just because the results are so good. So I was like, oh yeah, I might actually do it for full time, just because I did it for like more than 2 years and I was still enjoying it. It doesn't really matter, like I wasn't really charging anybody any money for doing anything, but I was still enjoying it. So like, oh, I can actually do it full time, you know? So that's when I was like, yeah, I'm actually going to do this full time. So far, it's very satisfying. It's very satisfying just because you can, like, as soon as I'm done one part of the car, I can literally see, oh yeah, that's a big difference. I can always put, like, I do have some photos for before and after, so I can always share those as well. But most of my customers are like who never touched their car for like at least 4 to 5 years. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, I need to sell the car, I need to clean it. Oh, it looks too moldy, now it needs to be cleaned. So that's sort of the customers that I have right now. But the before and after is very satisfying. So I'm actually enjoying it so far. I'm pretty sure it will continue for a very long time before I actually get like, that's actually getting more. I don't think it's gonna get there. Yeah, so the main services that I provide in Auckland start from a mini detail on a car, truck, a boat, which is basically just a wash and wax and just an interior detail on a car. And same for the truck, same for the boat. And you can actually step into a bigger job, which includes like a full interior detail, full exterior detail, cut and polish, ceramic coating, paint correction, which is like part of the ceramic coating. And I do the mold removal, and there's a thing called artillery fungus, which is the hardest thing to do. Most people don't actually realize that there's like no shortcut to get rid of that thing. But artillery fungus is it comes from the mulch on the ground and some from the trees. So basically it's like a flower which eventually it pops, and then it throws like a really small seed up in the air, and then it mostly lands on the car roof and bonnet. And over time, within like 2 weeks in sun, it turns into like a part of the car. So there's like no shortcut to get rid of it. We literally had to like scrub every single dot one by one. Well, basically my services are very thorough. I go through every single corner of the car. You can pay $30 for an interior detail, or you can pay $140 for an interior detail. But you might notice that people are trying to just remove just the stuff which is on top of the layer, not really going into deep cleaning. But with my services, most of my services are like include deep cleaning. It's like a very thorough job. So what I'm trying to do is like give you most bang for your buck, which is like I'm probably spending more than half an hour just vacuuming your car, but you might be realizing, oh, why is it taking so long? Just because you haven't cleaned your car for like 4 years. That depends on week to week. Sometimes it's like 3 to 6 cars a week, and sometimes it's like about 16 to 20 cars a week. And those weeks I'm working 7 days a week, but I'm actually still learning, still trying to figure out what is the fastest way to finish the job. And my thing is like, I do not actually stop doing the job until I'm actually satisfied. I'm not really looking forward to customer to come out, oh yeah, can you please, oh, this is not satisfactory, can you do this again? But it's more like, oh, if this is my car, will I be happy with this? That's the sort of job I'm providing to the customers. Yes, I'm absolutely happy with the support, just because when I started, there was barely any leads coming. And then I had a chat to Ali and Nargu, and they did some Google ads and stuff. They'd actually pumped the leads quite a lot. But it's been pretty quiet for the last couple of weeks. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, usually I'm working till 8 p.m. every single day. The best person to do the car detailing is the person who actually loves cars, who would say, like how I look at the cars on the road when I'm driving around, I'm like, oh, that car looks so good, it's so clean, that person must be taking care of the car. That's what I am like. That's what the person should be like. If the person, it's just a basic thing, like if the person is happy by looking at a clean car, I'm like, oh yep, that means that person is like pretty interested into the cars, and that might be the right person to do the job. To get a free quote, call 0800-454-654 or visit www.jimscleaning.co.nz and go to car detailing division.